Hello everyone, this is Ajay, and in this video I'm going to show you how easily you can set up your exam sitting plan. And this module we have recently launched, and it is an absolutely a game changer because using this module very quickly you can set up your exam sitting plan. Till now you used to use the Excel sheet where you used to apply the formulas, or you were using some other tool, but now all that is going to change because using this module you can do that very easily. So you have to log into your account, and once you do that you will come down to the dashboard. Now this is how your dashboard is going to look like now, and over here we have the school timetable by which you can create your teachers and the classes timetable. You can set up the teachers substitute, that is for the absent teachers you can set up the substitute or arrangement, whatever you call it. And then we have the setup exam sitting plan, and finally we have the setup exam timetable. Exam timetable also we had recently launched. We have a video on that, and it has been used by many of the schools and they are using it very effectively. So today in this video, as I said, I'm going to show you how to set up your exam sitting plan. So we have these steps out here. That is, we are going to add rooms first, okay, and then we are going to add the exams, and we are going to configure the class section, and then comes the most important part, the most important step, that is we are going to design our room. Okay, this is the most important step. And then we are going to feed the rooms. Feed the rooms is basically we are going to add the the students over there. Okay, so let us begin by adding the rooms. So once I click out here, I'm going to come down to this particular page. Now in this page I'm going to add my rooms. So for example, in your school you have 20 rooms. So for that 20 rooms you're going to do the data entry, and your rooms can have numbers, or it can have names, but that's okay. You can add numbers, or you can also give a name to your room. Right now I have few rooms out here, as you can see, that is 13, 12 and 11, and I'm going to add one more, that is 14, and you can click on add, and you can see that room got added. You can edit the name if you want later on, or you can delete. You can just click on the checkbox and you can delete that entry. You can select all and you can delete all the rooms. All the basic operations you can perform. So this is, the room that you need to add. Now let me tell you, this is something you're going to do only once, because you're not going to keep on adding rooms. There are 20 rooms, so you're going to have only 20 rooms, right? So this is something you're not going to do for, every time when you start, when you want to create your sitting plan. You're not going to do that every time. This is something we are just going to do once, and then we can use it for all the exams. Okay, this is just like, we have added the names of the rooms, and then we are going to add the exams. We have added the rooms, now we are going to add the exams. So let us just go to the exams first. Okay, over here I can give a name to the exams. As you can see, you have we already have an entry, that is UT1, and for CBSE exams. So you can design the sitting plan for the exams of your school, or you can design the sitting plan for your for the boards, whatever board you have. Over here it is CBSE. So if it's a board exam, you can also set up the sitting plan for that as well. So over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for one more new exam, that is maybe a half yearly, and for half yearly I'm going to have a sitting plan. Okay, that is how we're going to go. So let us click on add, and you can see that entry got added out here. We can edit, we can delete, all the basic operations we can perform. So we have added the names of the rooms, we have added exam. Okay, you can add all the rooms, all the exams that you have, you can do that. We have added rooms, exams, and now we are going to configure the class and section. As you can see, there is one entry out here, that is class 3C, third C. Okay, third C has or have 20 students, maximum 20 students, and the starting roll number is 1. That's it. This is what we need to configure. So over here again I can take third A, that's third C. I can do it for third A as well. But let me just take some other class, that is fifth A, 5A. And I'm going to say that there are maybe 32 students. Okay, starting roll number is 1. So I can have 1 out here. Now if it's a board exam, you can have some roll number like a 0, 1, 0, 0 or 1. Something of that number you can have. That's the starting roll number, starting series number, whatever you call it. Okay, so you can do that, but I'm going to just keep it out here as 1. Click on add. So I did it for a 5th A. Now I'm going to do it for 7th A, and the number of students I have is maybe 40. And one more class I will add for maybe 6th A, and the number of students is maybe 38. So you can see that we have configured for 4 classes, that is 3rd C, then 5th A, 7th A and 6th A. Okay, that's it. That's the only thing we need to do over here. So it's pretty quick. We actually do not have to give a lot of time out here. And then comes the most important, as I said, and it might take some certain time over here for designing your rooms. Design rooms is the most important step in the entire process. Okay, so what I need to do is just click on that, and we are going to look something like this, and we are going to design our room. Designing the rooms means we are going to give a look of the physical room that you have, how your room looks like. We are going to just give that look to this, and the number of seats that room can have, on the number of rows, the number of benches in a particular row that the room can have. That is all we are going to set out here. So what we need to do over here is I'm going to take room 11. Okay, room 11, and maybe, okay, assuming that the room 11 can have maximum 7 benches in a particular row, right? There is a row of benches, so assuming that there can be maximum 7 benches. So what I can do, there is a down arrow out here. Okay, there's a down arrow out here. Just click over here, and you can see there is a option given, that is add row. So just add row over here. Click anywhere, any of the row, the down arrow, add row, and I will come down to 7. Okay, because that's the maximum capacity a particular row can have in this particular room. And then I will just add same at the header. I will click over here and click on add column, and I will add some columns out here. Okay, so these are basically the number of seats of your room. So number of seats right now it is showing me 42. So 42 seats. Now let us give this an exact look of your room. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in one particular bench, okay, I'm assuming that in one particular bench there are 2 seats. So I'm saying these 2 seats make up one bench. Okay, these are like this 1 and 2. Okay, these seats basically make up one room, make up one bench. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is one bench, and I'm going to give this as, or make this as off. Okay, what happens is, so this one bench, there are 7 rows and there are 2 seats in every bench, and then there is a gap, right? This is how the classroom looks like, most probably. Or there is a possibility you can have a bench where there are 3 seats. You can even do that. Right now I'm keeping it assuming that every bench has 2 seats, and then there is a gap, and then there is a bench, 7 rows, and these are the 2 seats, and then again there is a gap. Let me just add a few more. You can add as many as possible. If you have added something by mistake, you can even delete that and it's gone, right? So basically in my classroom, in room number 11, this is one row and every bench has 2 seats, second row, and this is the third row. Now let us assume that in the third row, at the last, there is only one seat bench. There is a bench, but there is only one seat. By some reason, some odd reason, there can be only one bench of one seat. Okay, one seat bench. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click over here and make this as off. So even the individual benches or individual slots, cells, whatever you call it, I can make them as off. You can see over here I can make them as off, and again I can make them as on as well. Okay, so this is how basically my classroom looks like, or my classroom is in room number 11. Okay, so if I made this off, you can see that it is showing me total number of seats are 41. So this all the, this is off, so it haven't counted this. If I make this on again, you can see it's 48 now. I'll make this off and you can see off and it's 41, right? So this is how the basically my room is, and total capacity, okay, is 41. That's room number 11. This is how the room number 11 looks like or is. You can even make individual this particular whole, this row, basically these are the bench rows, but this particular row I can make this as off. Okay, you have some requirement, you can do that. I'll make this again, I will make this on, and now this becomes on. I will make them as off. So you can design exactly, you can give that physical look of exactly how it looks physically. You can give that exact look out here using this particular approach and design and this tool. Now I'll just save the design. Now the saving the design is the most important thing. If I do not design it, this design won't get saved, and next time you have to come back and again design it. So please click on save design. So once I click on save design, it will tell me that the room design saved successfully. Okay, successful. Okay, just click on close. Now this design is saved. Now I go to room number 12, and again I have designed this. Now let me tell you again, I repeat that same thing, that this is something you're just going to do once. Okay, this is the initial stage. You will be just setting up the rooms, designing the rooms, and then you are just going to, every time just use the same rooms for the exams. In case if there is some other structure comes up, or you change the structure, change the seats, number of seats has been added, then you can change that structure, but otherwise you're going to just keep it as it is. So this is just a one-time job that you're going to do, not every time you're going to do. So room number 12, let me just add, now let me say that in this particular room there are total maybe seven rows, not 7 rows, 7 benches, or 8 benches I mean to say. Okay, there are 8 benches. Okay, and then I will just add a few columns. Okay, let me just add a few columns out here. And okay, this is like 2 seats, 1 bench, and I'll make this out off. This is the gap, and make this, I can add something, make this as off. Okay, and let me just add one more. And what I will do is I'll make this as off, and let me just assume that in this particular room, okay, there are total 56 seats. This is the first row, and in every bench there are 2 seats. This is the second row. On every bench there are 2 seats, third row. But in the fourth row, maybe there is only a single bench, I mean a single seat bench. So I can even do that. So I'm just trying to show you the variations out here. Okay, and maybe the last is off, so you can see 55 out here, or I can just make it as on. So you can do all this. Okay, you can give exactly the physical look that you have to of your room, and you can design it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so this particular row there is only a single seat bench, I'm assuming that. Okay, and I'll click on save, and now this also got saved. Now if I go to room number 11, you see the structure got saved. Room number 12, again the structure got saved, right? The design is been saved. Now you don't have to worry. Now comes the last step, that is feeding the rooms, and it is really very easy to do this. Very easy. I'm just going to show how within few minutes I can set up this thing. Okay, just select the exam, that is half yearly, select the room, And you can see this is the exact design that we had, right? This is the exact design we saved, that is 41 seats. So this is the bench and there are two seats. Second row, right? Two seats. Third row, all two seats. Only the last one, there's only one seat bench, right? And I'll just click over here, that is select the class section, and you can see the configured class sections out here. I can select all, deselect, or I can individually just add. Okay, I just want these two classes, I can even do that. Right now I will just select all, click on add, and boom, what is going to happen is it is just going to show you the down arrow out here, and now you can start adding the classes. Do not worry about the roll numbers, it will be taken care of. Okay, even for individual benches and the seats, I can have that option. I can add that to an individual seat, I can add it. Okay, now let me just show how this works. Okay, I want third C over here, and boom, you can see third C slash 1, that's roll number 1 to 7. And at the bottom always you're going to see the statistics. Now in third C, total number of students were 20. If you can remember, there were 20 students, and I have already allocated 7, and the remaining is 13. So once this remaining comes down to 0, then you can rest assured that all the roll numbers got allocated. So simple. Now what I will do is, third C, and with third C I will keep maybe fifth A, and boom, you can see this 1 to 7, right? Over here also you can see. Then again I will say third C and fifth A, third C fifth A combination I'm going. So you can see, and over here again I will come third C, and you can see something, that is the last is not filled up. Why it did not filled up? Because there are only 20 students. So you can see it came down to 15 to 20 roll number out here, and this is blank because it cannot add, right? What I'm going to do is individually I will click over here and add fifth A out here, and you can see 15 out here. I mean, this is 14, and then there is a gap, and there is a student that is with roll number 15, and over here again I can add fifth A, and this is how you can design. You can see that's 21. See, fifth A is remaining is 11. That's it, right? And you can see this is okay, we made it off, it will never fill that. Now what happened is I have filled up this room, right? I have filled up this room. I have just designed two rooms. Okay, you're going to design for all the rooms, but I have just designed two rooms. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next room because I need to feed all the students basically. And okay, let me come to room number 11, that is fifth A, right? Fifth A. So let me just go to room number 12, fifth A. Let me add fifth A, and with fifth A maybe I can add. Now if I try to add third C, try to add third C, and it will not take it. Why it's not taking? Because it's already done out here, it's 0, right? So you will never make mistakes. You will never ever make mistakes with the roll numbers. You will never mess up with the roll numbers. So basically, okay, I'll just go and add maybe 7th A, and boom, you see it's 1 to 8. This is the new entry that we did for 7th A. So again I go to 5th A, and that's it till 32, and over here it's blank. Why? Because there are only 32 students. Now what I can do is maybe over here I can add some other class, maybe 6th A I can add. So I added 6th A, 1 to 5, and then over here I can add 7th A. So I'm mixing up the students. This is so easy, so easy to do, so easy to do. Otherwise this is a lot of problems. And I have filled this entire classroom. Okay, and you can see that third C is done, it's 0, remaining is 0, fifth A is 0. Now left is 7th A and 6th A. For that I don't have a room, so I need to design the room and then come back. So this is just a demonstration. Now let me just show you something. Okay, maybe for some odd reason, okay, you felt okay that I do not want maybe 6th A out here. I don't want it. Okay, so you can delete as well. You can delete individually, or you can delete this entire the row. So I'll just delete the entire row. So 14, so 6th A gone. Okay, now there are 25 remaining, and I'll come to 11. And what I will do is, I do not want 5A, I want that 6th A out here. That was 6th A. Yeah, 6th A. I do not want 5A out here, so I'll delete this. Okay, boom, gone. Now roll number 1 to 7 has gone, and 8 to 9, see 5th A, 8 to 14 is out here, and 16 to 21 is out here, right? Let me just click over here and let me add 6th A, and you can see that it has taken 14 to 20, exactly the missing roll numbers. Okay, now let me go to row number 12, and I will add 6th A out here, and you can see that 6th A, that is 21 to 28, is out here, right? Okay, I did not want it 6th A out there, just a minute. I will delete this and add 5th A, and you can see that for 5th A, roll number 1 to 7, we got it over here. Okay, the point I want to clear is that I want to, make it a point that you can never mess up with the roll numbers. So now 5th A, roll number 1 to 7, I had deleted from this place, and I added 6th A. Then I came to roll number 12, I tried to add, and it took the missing roll numbers. Okay, it took the missing roll numbers. So this is the point I want to make it clear. So once this remaining part shows 0, okay, you can be rest assured that you have not messed up the roll numbers anywhere. Okay, and yes, we have kept this manual process that you can add the classes the way you want, because if you make this as automation, you will never be happy with it. So you can mix up the classes as per your wish. Okay, so you can add, delete, you feel something. Okay, now over here, this is once it is still remaining, it is showing me. Okay, once it is over here, okay, once it is remaining, so I can add maybe 6th A out here, and 6th A is 21. Now be rest assured that this is going perfect. Okay, if you see 6th A, let us just check 6th A, where all we have 6th A. Now this is 21. Let me check whether this is right or not. So I'll go to 11. Let us check 6A. This is 6A. 14 to 20 we have it out here, and then there is no 6A. Okay, so 14 to 20 we have it out here. Fine, we go to room number 12, room 12, and 6th A, you can see 6th A, 1 to 5, you can see over here, 1 to 5 is over here, 6 to 13 is over here, and 14 to 12 is in the another room, 14 to 20 I mean to say, and then I added just this one, that is 21 out here, 6th A, 21. So the point I want to make it clear is, never ever you're going to mess up the roll numbers. You have to just take care that, okay, you do not, you do the mixing properly of these students. You do not allow the same student of the same class or section together. That's the only thing you need to take care of. We have made this very flexible. You can add as per your wish, whatever mixing up process, we have just left it to you. But this is how effective this is. And then what you can do is just click on export, and boom, it is going to export the entire structure for you. I'll just show you. Now I did it for room number 12, so it is going to show me 12. Okay, this is the LibreOffice, this is not Microsoft Excel. So anyway, and it is going to show you the exact structure. Okay, it is taking certain time. So this is how easily you can set up your sitting plan. Okay, here it is. Okay, and you can see that we have the exact structure out here. This is room number 12, half yearly, and you can see this thing exactly the way it is, and you can take a printout of this. And now one more thing that we are just going to do is, see, this is exactly the design that we have out here. Okay, now we are just going to add one more, that is the reports for the classes. So you just select a class and a section, and it will show you the sitting plan for that particular class and section, which roll number has been allocated, which room, that everything will be that. That one more thing we are just going to add this. So this is how it is right now. You can just export to the Excel sheet and take the printout. So this is for the half yearly. Similarly, you can do it for the CBSE, UT1, or whichever exam you have, you can do this, because the class configuration is going to remain the same, rooms is going to remain the same, the designs most probably is going to remain the same. Now if I just go to design the rooms, and if I change the structure of this particular design. Okay, if I change the structure of this particular design, this particular room, it is not going to affect that once we have feed the data. Okay, it's not going to change that particular design. Why? Because then again it will be a lot of mess. So what it does is, basically when you try to feed the data, it just copies this structure, and then it feeds the data. Okay, so even if you make certain changes to this particular design, it is not going to affect that. So that is how we have kept this, so that it will be very flexible for you. So that's it. Okay, this is a very effective, okay, module which you can use it for your exam. Now you really don't have to go to the Excel sheet or anything of that sort. Just design the rooms. This is a one-time work that you're going to do, and then just keep on adding the exams, and just blindly you can add things without even looking at the roll numbers. Okay, because you will never, even if you delete something from some room, add it somewhere else, it is going to take care of the roll numbers. It will never mess up the roll numbers. So this is how it is. So this is the entire process. Please go ahead, design the rooms, feed the data. Now module, okay, if we talk about the subscription, or the subscription that we kept for this is just 999 Indian rupees, and a $14, that's international money. In terms of international, that's 14, is a bit of more than 999 rupees, but still that's $14 and 999 rupees for one complete year. Now the reason many people ask me why it is so reasonable and all, because I want this to reach to every smallest school of the town, around the country, around the world. So it is very reasonable, and you can definitely go for the subscription. If you want to go for the subscription, you're welcome, you can go for the subscription. Definitely this is going to help a lot. So that's it for now. Okay, we will meet next time. Bye for now.